right, the first thing we're going to talk about today is breathing and the water. Biggest thing that people need to make sure they do before they ever try to go in the water is they got to make sure they get a good breath. If you are nervous and you want to try to go in for your first time, if you don't take a good breath, you're going to be uncomfortable underwater. And more importantly, it sets you up for potential to actually get water in your nose or accidentally try to suck some water in. If you make sure you have a good breath, it gives you a long time before you feel like you need to take another breath, so you feel way more comfortable underwater. First thing I like to try with clients is that I have them blow their air out. And then take a breath in. Hold it for a couple seconds and then do it again. You may notice that I'm actually breathing in and out through my mouth. I find that most people, when they first start, breathing out your mouth can be very useful. Eventually, breathing out your nose will be more useful. But we have way more control out of our mouth, and I want you to feel comfortable and in control when we first start going in the water. So it won't matter which one you feel more comfortable with. We'll start with both and figure out which is your best. But there are pros and cons to both your breathing with your mouth and breathing with your nose. I'm going to tell you the exercise first, and then we'll go into those pros and cons. After you get used to taking that deep breath, you want to make sure that you're getting a nice steady stream of air. It doesn't want to be hard, but it doesn't want to be like stuttery. It needs to be a nice firm exhale. So I like to use my hand just to make sure you're doing a good job, and I know you're doing a good job. So I'll have you take a breath and blow into my hand. Good. Now you may have noticed I pursed my lips a little bit. When you first start, a little one's okay. We will work you into getting a looser lip, so you're just going to blow through the lip. It helps you prevent getting water in when you're blowing out. But when you first start, a lot of times that can be difficult as well. So don't be afraid. Don't do a big, big fishy thing. Small. Good. All right, next thing we're going to talk about is that nice steady stream of air. And sometimes people who have a hard time taking that deep breath don't realize they have to suck the air in. You want to use your diaphragm, and you want to suck the air in. So sometimes if you actually think about sucking it in like you're sucking through a straw, that can help. And then you feel that you get a larger breath, okay? When you first start and you're not good at taking that deep breath, you're gonna get a good one every once in a while and not a good one. But the first thing and the most important thing is your breath. So don't be afraid if you don't think you have a good breath, blow it out and get another one, especially when you're in the water. The other thing I like to do, especially with kids, because sometimes that concept of sucking it in, I mean, most people know how to use a straw and suck, okay? We come with it naturally as babies. So if you're not sure how that works, I really like these big straws, the one you get at like the tea places, because they're a little bigger, so they allow you to exchange more air. And you're gonna take a deep breath in, and then you're gonna blow through it. And you wanna think about your stomach when you do this. When you blow out, your tummy tightens, like you're trying to suck it in and blow all your air out. When you suck it in, your tummy should loosen and fill with air. A lot of times people do the opposite of that when they're trying really hard. Don't be afraid to use this if you can't feel like you're getting your breath. This is actually a really good tool to help you try to focus your suck so they get a deeper breath too. And then blow it out. For kids, if this is too hard, try with a smaller straw. Gives it a little bit more. They're not going to get as much air, but it helps them really feel it a little bit better. Fun little game for kids. If you put the ball on the table at home, you're just going to take a piece of paper, you're going to wrinkle it up, make a little ball out of it, and then make a game out of it. Have them blow the ball. My ankle's bad. Hang on. Have them blow the ball. All right? Once you get good at that, the idea is to keep blowing the ball in a nice steady stream as far as you can. Better place than the floor is probably to do it on your table. Set up a couple salt shakers so they have like goalies and try to make a goal with your ball. But any kind of exercise you can do like this with your kids where they're taking deep breath in and blowing nice steady streams of air out, this is going to help them with their breathing 100%. Now, sorry, that was my dog. Now, once you get used to breathing through your mouth, then we're going to start wanting to breathe through our nose. The way we're going to do, or breathe out through our nose, excuse me. The way we're going to do that is you're going to take your breath in your mouth and blow out your nose. Just close your lips. Now you may notice right away that it feels like you run out of air way faster with your nose. This is one of those pros and cons thing I said earlier. When we blow out our nose, this is a good thing when we can get all of our air out quickly, but when you're a new swimmer, that's not necessarily a good thing. If you can blow out your mouth and have a nice steady stream of air for a while, then you can really practice all the techniques that you're working on. But as you get better at those and you want to swim a little farther, it's important to get that air exchange. So blowing out your nose will become more important as you become a better swimmer. So don't be afraid to try both. In your mouth, out your mouth, in your mouth, out your nose. But always in your mouth, always out the nose, and then out your mouth as well if you're blowing out through your mouth. All right? All right, see you in the pool.